Nigel, welcome to New Zealand and congratulations on your new book that you've just got off, like hot. It actually feels hot, it's that hot off the press. I was really interested looking through that, trends in learning technology and in particular MOOCs, because that's a bit of a hot topic at the moment, you know, hot books, hot topics. So what have you seen and what are the trends in MOOCs in the world?
It's actually not as simple as it used to be. I know we're only maybe 1 year or 2 years in, but MOOCs actually started a little bit down the track, being used as massively open courses that were quietly got on with it. But it was when Coursera and edX started to kind of commercialize that option that they really took off, and Stanford and Harvard and University of Pennsylvania got behind it. So I guess 2013 was the big year of MOOCs, when we went from not zero, but more or less zero, up to millions of users, literally millions of users. And now there are maybe hundreds, certainly over 100, but I would think hundreds of MOOCs available now. Now, when we think of MOOCs, we tend to think about Coursera, conventional university courses, 10 weeks, being offered by a well-known professor. But there are lots of other options. There are organizations like Udemy, which, for example, helps you put together your own MOOC, and anybody can deliver a MOOC, and you can charge what you like. Some are free, some charge $10, some audaciously charge $99 or even more. But they still keep to the framework of a MOOC: video, online discussion, questions, groups of learners interacting with each other, so that the model is kept together. And there are even people like my friend Martin Cousins, who's produced a little report called Make Your Own MOOC. What he's saying is you don't even need any software, Udemy or anyone else, because all of the various components are available as tools, like YouTube or Vimeo. You can put your video on there. So all you need, it's easy. So all you need is some framework and some links to say to someone, look at this video, answer these questions, join this community. It's actually quite straightforward. But there are kind of 4 things that I think MOOCs have done for us working in the L&D world. The first one is we've blown apart the notion that it can't work with lots of people. The more people you have, the less personal and so on. We've actually proved that 40 or 50,000 people can learn in a really valuable way in a particular community. So big organizations, and I was talking to the head of learning for Deloitte, they employ 250,000 staff. So for them to run their own internal MOOC with 20,000 people isn't crazy, it's quite logical. And maybe running it once with 20,000 people is better than running it 20 times with 1,000 or 40 times with 500 or whatever else you want to make the equation. So one is that you can scale. The second thing is that it doesn't need a lot of complex educational technology. It's actually very simple. And thirdly, if you just sit someone in front of a video camera, it's very boring. And it doesn't matter whether they're world famous or completely unknown. You've got to do something a bit more interesting and engaging, and you've got to really focus on how you create a community and how that community learns. So, for example, you know, I was involved with a Coursera, not involved, but I watched a Coursera program going out at the University of Pennsylvania, run out of the English Literature and Creative Writing department on, it's called ModPo, which says modern poetry, 20th century American poetry. 47,000 people enrolled, but they do each broadcast, not someone sitting in front of a camera, but in a community. They do it in the writer's house on campus. So anyone can turn up, you can sit in the audience. They have a lot of teaching assistants whose views are sought. They engage everyone in discussion. They bring in people on the phone. They bring in tweets and comments that are coming in. So it's a kind of live, engaged experience that doesn't have 40,000 people commenting, but creates enough of a sense of this is a real place, this is a real community that I want to be part of, to make it really great and very successful. And it does actually keep the most of the people who start ModPo finish. So it's telling us a lot about how we can make learning really effective. So there are lessons for us running programs inside companies. And the answer is you keep it simple, maybe, but you really focus not on content, not on support, but on building a great learning community. And that seems to be the message from MOOCs. The stronger the community, the more successful the program.
So in fact, any corporate or organisation or government department could create their own MOOC.
They could. And they should also be encouraging their staff to share, participate, get involved in any number of those hundreds of MOOCs that are out there. Why not?
Fantastic, I agree, why not? Thank you so much and good luck with the sale of and launch of your new book.
That's very kind, and thank you very much.
Thank you.